Hello to the South Georgia Autism Center community and anyone else who has started watching these videos. I really appreciate any time family or friends let me know that they have watched my videos and got something out of them. Again, one of the things that is so hard about this whole situation is feeling disconnected. So any way that we are able to feel connected is very reassuring. And so I'm glad I've been able to help some people, and I hope to continue to. I took a break last week because I was home with my children. We were supposed to be on a spring break trip. Instead, we had a coronication, which meant setting up a tent in the backyard and roasting marshmallows and doing some check-ins, some like virtual check-ins with the family that we would have been visiting. And let me just give a huge shout out to all you moms who have been working with children in the home. I tried 3 different times for only an hour each to do a group therapy session from my house. And there was one of the 3 actually went well. The other times did not. I ended up with the 2-year-old in my lap trying to run a group therapy session. So I am very, very impressed by any women who are managing to do work and family at the same time. So, gosh, we're about 4 weeks in now, I believe, 3.5 to 4 weeks here in South Georgia. And for my family, my life, and from talking to several other people, it seems as though there's a lot of adjustment to the new normal that has occurred. It doesn't feel quite as shocking and stressful as it used to, possibly like 2 weeks ago. But at the same time, I think I compared this whole situation to grief at the very beginning, the massive amount of loss of identity, loss of friends, loss of school, loss of work. There's an intense grief that occurs when everything changes and you lose so much all at once. But like all grief, the intensity of it fades just a little bit. It doesn't mean that you stop missing that person or that thing that you have lost, but it's not as intense, but it's still there. And that's what I have noticed in the lives of people around me in my own life, is that I can go through periods, hours, where I've kind of forgotten what's happening. I can get wrapped up in a moment. I can just focus on my job. And then all of a sudden get slammed in the gut with the reality. And I think that's happening with children. So as I talk about helping children cope, part 2 or 3, whatever I'm at now, is helping all the parents remember that children are still dealing with stress related to COVID-19, even if it's maybe not as obvious as it was the first couple of weeks. For example, I had gone outside last night and my 10-year-old couldn't find me. And when he finally found me, he said, "Mom, I hate not finding you. But with this whole coronavirus thing, it was even worse." And I was really taken aback by that. Because what he said is true, that normal stressors are a bit more stressful when you have this kind of background stress, this background lurking monster almost, or lurking thing that is coming, or it's present, it's ever present. And children will show us their stress in lots of different ways. Very rarely will a child say, "Mom, I'm just so angry because of the virus." Even adults aren't very good at knowing why they're feeling certain things, and so children especially aren't. And you might see a lot of different things in your children that are really related to the virus, even though they're talking about or doing different things. Like maybe they're complaining about dinner a lot more. Oh, why are we eating this? Or they have less patience with their siblings or with you. Maybe their panic reaction is stronger. When something doesn't work right on a game or schoolwork, it's an immediate meltdown. Oh, I can't figure this out. Whereas your child typically would have coped a little better. Maybe they're complaining of being bored, but really they're lonely, kind of sad. Maybe you have a child who's extra agitated, like just can't stop moving. And all of those are signs that stuff is getting to them a little bit more than normal. So I have three quick recommendations. One of those is, as much as possible, engaging in exercise for the whole family. As humans, we need to move. Moving helps us feel better. And you might not think that you do a lot of walking and moving in your daily life, but compared to sitting at a desk or staying in your house all day, I guarantee you were doing more moving around. You were walking from parking lots to your building. You were walking around a store. And your children were probably exercising more too, for a variety of different reasons. The sports that they were in and no longer attend. The recess that they were so distracted by their peers that they didn't notice how hot and sweaty they are, but when they're alone in the backyard, they can't get over the bugs. The fact that they're not walking from the parking lot into the school building, all of those sorts of things. So figure out a way for the whole family to exercise. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's taking walks, maybe it's water gun fights where you're running all over the yard. But some real regular exercise for the whole family is going to be very helpful for everyone. I also recommend developing some new traditions. So if every Saturday was a time to go to grandma's, and now you're not going to grandma's, maybe Saturday will be make homemade pizza day. And every Saturday you're making a homemade pizza. Or you are having a movie night or spend the night in the living room all together every Saturday to kind of take the place of some new tradition. So everyone's not just sitting around thinking, oh, I wish we could be at grandma's right now. And there's something new to look forward to and new to experience. And then I'll say it over and over and over again, but the best way to help children with stress is to provide more physical and verbal reassurance and praise. More hugs, more pats, high fives, smiles, good job. I know that was hard. Thank you so much. When your child is losing their self-control, and possibly you're losing your self-control, remembering to praise and be kind and give the hugs can be harder, I know. And you might even have to set timers on your phone to be like, okay, every 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to say something good that my child is doing. But I promise you that can go a long way. And probably by noticing things that your child is doing well, it will reduce your stress as well. And humans need hugs and snuggles. So anytime you can give your children a little bit of extra snuggle time, it will be well worth it for you and them. So I continue to miss everyone that I work with. The autism picnic was scheduled for this Saturday, and it hurts that that's not happening. I actually had to take down all of the advertising signs for the picnic down that were in my office because seeing it was just too sad. But I really like the idea of having a big party at the end. And I know that we have been planning lots of parties with lots of different people that will happen when all of this is over. So this time of darkness can lead towards a time of celebration if we just can get through it. And we will. And in 10 years, we'll be able to tell people about the time the world shut down. Please stay safe, everyone. Stay home. Stay away from everyone. The more we can do that, the more we can finish this quicker. So, until next time.